About 36 hours ago, Nintendo rolled out a new update to the original Nintendo Switch, and it's coming at launch for the Nintendo Switch 2 that is honestly just stupid. They can now remote brick your system.
You got played, Nintendo. What you want me to do with this? Look at that. Look at all them digital games. Oh, you want me to take this online on the internet? We're going to just say cancel. We're going to start the software, baby. This man playing on a license key, boy. What you going to do about this, Nintendo? You got played, man. I try to warn y'all about this DRM, but y'all weren't listening. Look at that. We playing on a license key, boy. That's another Switch. Nintendo, how come you come break this? Oh, I forgot. You gonna need the internet. Man, I got about 5 Switches and I did the same exact thing, man. That's why Nintendo is implementing these things, because this is digital rights management at its finest. I was trying to warn y'all, but y'all didn't want to listen. You thought Nintendo had your best interest, and that's why they implementing these things, you dummy. Because they know that there's smart consumers like me that buy multiple platforms, and this is what we do. So that's why Nintendo Switch 2, going onward, is going to be nothing but license keys. This is why they doing it, man. But unlike you, I played the company. Y'all the fools. Let's go.
Is it like they can deactivate your system forever?
Well, they can do that with PS5, Xbox Series. I mean, matter of fact, if you get your account banned permanently, you lose access to all your games. This is why I was trying to warn you, man. But you people didn't want to listen. You know, you really thought that Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft had your best interest. And I've told people how you can get through the system. That's why they're implementing it. Okay? You know, I created 4 duplicates, right? Oh, that's against the policy. Well, I didn't know. I just figured, you know, I just deactivate them online and get the other one running, you know, and make the other one an offline console. So this is why you know that the future of gaming is going digital.
$500 Nintendo Switch 2 if you do anything weird, if you put in an airplane mode to try and duplicate the game on your friend's system or something.
Yeah, we're going to sit there and act like I didn't do that, but okay.
Anything they don't like, they can brick it. They're officially, we're going to take a look at their statements because they've clarified about how bad this is.
It's so bad, but yet they're making so much money. And I'm going to sit there and tell you, man, if this is what Nintendo's doing, I'm not buying the Switch 2, bro. Y'all can't be going out there bricking systems. Nintendo Prime's probably saying, that's a good thing. Nintendo, they're pro. Bro, listen, y'all got to take a stand, man. Matter of fact, Nintendo, after you came out with this, I'm never going to buy none of your Nintendo products ever again. Because this is absolutely ridiculous. You guys make more than enough money, and yet you sitting there worrying about nickel and diming everybody that owns a personal Nintendo Switch. It's like you don't want people to share the games. Like, that's crazy. That was probably the one benefit that you got from buying a digital release version of a game, that 2 people can actually use one. Now, Nintendo don't even care. This is what y'all doing. Is this the future that you guys want to set for yourselves? Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm not buying the Switch 2. If Nintendo implements this, well, they already have, I'm done. I'm not buying a Nintendo console ever again. I'm sorry, bro. I'd rather go get a Steam Deck or a ROG Ally, where my money feels properly invested.
Our Switch 2 is literally listening to you. And if anything seems weird, you're just gone. And I want to talk about this because just
like that with PS5 and the Xbox, it's all the same. If you don't obey the terms of service, they can do whatever they want with your account. Now, mind you, they don't know which Switches they. I could have bought these on the after. I don't even know Nintendo how I got these. I'm not even saying I applauded it. You know, it just happened to be this way. I'm just doing it for comedy. You know what I'm saying? You know, but of course, Nintendo, of course, this is what they're going to do. These are the new steps that they're taking forward in regards to keeping, you know, the DRM, or should I say digital rights management, in check.
In general, it feels like
I'm done.
Very bizarre.
I'm done with Nintendo.
You don't actually own our systems. It doesn't matter how.
You don't even own the console. Exactly. Now, mind you, I get it in regards to modifying and doing stuff like that. I get it, immolation. I get all that. But man, Nintendo, you really going as far. Most adamant consumers don't even know you could do that. Most consumers don't even know, because I've done it with even my PS3s even. right? So I'll download all my PS3 games, make one the home console. I did this way before even Sony started lagging up their store. And I download all my games, deactivate it, put the other one online. So now they're making that against the service. So now from this point forward, you can't do that no more, guys. You can't make duplicate of, I guess, essentially what they call game key cards or license keys. Because that's exactly what it is, bro. It's like it's one copy, which also means it should only be used by one console. That is the philosophy that Nintendo is trying to pull on y'all.
Expensive your Switch 2 is, you legally don't own it, and they just admit that.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
And it's like that with PS5 and Xbox, but yet you guys continue to keep defending these platforms. Are Nintendo fans going to look at this and cancel their pre-orders? Heck no. You're going to buy it. When the PS6 comes out for $1,000, oh, that GTA 6 going to look good. When they decide to re-enhance it again, like how they did with the PS4 and the PS3 generation, you guys have to have some form of a backbone. If y'all going to keep continuing to support these practices, then don't expect these companies to change as to what they're doing. Because how many people are going to actually be angry about this and do absolutely nothing? I'm sorry, bro. I can't even buy a Switch 2. I can't even give Nintendo my money, bro. If I get a Switch 2, from a secondhand market or some form, but I cannot see myself buying this new, bro. And I mean that in regards to even all their own games as well. Because this is crazy, bro. If Nintendo really goes, well, they already have. The fact that y'all went through with this to even prevent people on the Switch 1 as well as the Switch 2 from doing this is absolutely crazy.
I hope you're having a great day. And if you could, please, even when I've had problems with
If you mod your Switch or get around DRM, use unauthorized copies of games, except they may brick your Switch. Look at this. This is what they doing, man. This is exactly what y'all doing. This is crazy, Nintendo. How could y'all do this, man? And they're starting to do this. This is pathetic behavior. Y'all made so much money off the Nintendo Switch 2, and this is what y'all doing, unauthorized copies? So just admit, it's a license key. And that also applies to even the Nintendo games that you people are playing. Even on the cartridge, they don't want you sharing your games, man. That whole, Nintendo care about, they don't care, bruh. They want your games locked to one system. It's not even like that on PC. This is what you gotta love about Steam and PC, that I can access Steam on multiple devices. I can access Game Pass through multiple PC platforms, including their own console. That is why Microsoft is expanding on their gaming division, which is not anti-consumer. This is anti-consumer by all means. This is anti-consumer at its fullest, man. But hey, it's that control dynamic.
Nintendo in the past, you can't say the fact that the system itself doesn't have those Satoru Iwata fingerprints on it. You could tell
I don't even want it now.
Designed to be an incredible gaming device more than anything else. Whereas with the Switch 2, we're definitely in the era of the businessman. So there is a key change in the updated Nintendo agreement or game. Whereas with the Nintendo Switch 2, the games are fake. They're key cards. Now, other systems are doing this as well. I very much hate it, but like we're just seeing today, people are starting to get the Doom, the Dark Ages physical discs early, and it turns out it's fake. The actual disc is 85 megabytes.
I mean, did you guys really expect that from Microsoft? Like I said, they don't even do fit. Like, this is crazy. So all this, we don't need to play it on Game Pass. I might as well play it on Game Pass. The game ain't even on the disc anyway. Why would I want to spend $70 on a paperweight? Like I said, man, I get it. This all sucks, guys. I'm telling you. This is why I told you that the PS6 might be a digital-only console. This is why people say, you know what? I think right now, for the old school gamer, I think they're done. After seeing this video, they're like, nah, bro, I'm done. I'm not paying full price for these games, man. I'm just going to let the industry fall off, try to get my little game on, however I can, which is what I do, and that is it, bro. I'm done supporting these companies, bro. They clearly are starting to show. Even Microsoft. Y'all like, you defend It's not even about defending. I just like the fact that I can play the game a day and date through Game Pass Ultimate. I'm still going to enjoy the game, but the day Microsoft keeps going with it, just like what they're doing now, I'm done. I'm abandoning shit, bro. I'm done. This is, and going to PC ain't going to save you either, bro.
Loads the 150 gigs of actual game off the internet. And I guess Nintendo thinks this is a good idea, that this is a great thing to try and copy from the wider industry. But more than that, the games only exist as long as it's talking to the internet. If it doesn't have the ability to do online check-ins, if you try to put it in airplane mode and stuff, if you try to do anything that might be even perpetually perceived as sussy, they'll just brick your console.
Wow.
And I'm very annoyed about this because I feel like people are like, well, if I'm being legit, that's fine. But up today, they're not going to exist. They can permanently destroy your system. $500. It's a lot of money to me. It is a lot.
Look at it. It says you don't own your console. It's a Nintendo console. It says it. Well, if, like I said, bro, and I'm going to go as far to say this. If buying games ain't ownership, right? If buying games ain't ownership, then pirating ain't stealing. I don't care, bro. They're like, Gabe, so what do you mean, though? If buying my games isn't owning, or buying my consoles, or whatever we do, what we purchase isn't owning, then pirating ain't stealing, bro. I'm sorry, bro. We are now in the days of the Wild West of gaming, and this is crazy, bro. Wow.
Of money to me. I'm buying the Nintendo Switch 2 because I want to review it. And
Then you know what? Be quiet. All those Nintendo Switch 2 hate videos, and you're gonna buy it. And you're going to buy it. You see? Do you see the problem with the gaming community? You see what I'm saying? Oh, but let's cry and complain that Nintendo taking games away from us. Let's complain. That's all y'all do. Cry and complain about stuff, and then you go as far to support it. This is why Concord developers said y'all a bunch of entitled babies. Oh, we want new IPs, but you don't buy them. I'm tired of the gaming community, bro.
Destroy your system. $500. It's a lot of money to me. It is a lot.
Oh, really? Because last time I checked, you bought the PS5 Pro for $800. Oh, never mind. I forgot you sold your Slim to your girlfriend, and that's how you got one. I'm sorry.
Of money to me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm buying the Nintendo Switch 2 because...
You're buying the Nintendo Switch 2. Let's hear that again.
Permanently destroy your system.
Out of all this, permanently destroy your system, and you're still willing enough to give Nintendo your money. Okay, go ahead.
$100. It's a lot of money to me. It is a lot.
It's so much money that he's still buying the Nintendo Switch 2. But go ahead.
Of money to me.
We already knew this.
I'm buying the Nintendo Switch 2 because I want to review it, and I'll be honest.
It doesn't matter. Because I've had people say the same thing, Game, so we would love for you to review it. One of my friends might get one. I might tell you my impressions with it, but I don't physically want to own one or give Nintendo my personal money, especially what was bad enough with the game key cards. That is the reason what made me stop wanting it. And then now you're going to throw this crap? You're going to throw this nonsense into the frail? I'm done, bro. I don't care, bro. I'm going to be happy with my Switches, and that's it, bro. And I'm done supporting Nintendo. And I'm going to make sure I keep them offline so you can't touch them. So, ha.
I'm not optimistic about the Switch 2 at all. I think it honestly does not look worth the money, but I wanted to see if I'm wrong. I've been wrong in the past.
Okay. All right.
I wanted to get it. I am terrified about the idea.
This is the excuse that they use, guys. It's just like the woke channels. Oh, I only wanted to support it because, yeah, bro, cut it out, bro. You just admit that you're nothing but a fanboy like the rest of these people.
That what if I do something wrong? What if there's some glitch? What if the server at some point doesn't like me and my $500 Nintendo Switch 2 gets bricked? Do I get a refund? Can I trade it in? Can I
You definitely can't trade it in.
Format it? Can I do some sort of groveling apology to Daddy Nintendo and just make a new Nintendo account? We really don't know. But I'm
still willing enough to give Nintendo my money, even though I know this already. Wow.
Nintendo seems to be very afraid of voice chat. They've been very, very slow about this. I mean, it's been...
Man, screw all that, man. I'm worried about keeping the access of our games. Like, that's crazy that they can refuse you the purchase of all the stuff that you guys have bought. Keyword, what you bought, regardless of how you use your console or not. To take things away from what you purchased is absolutely crazy to me. I don't care if it's on Xbox, PS5, well, everything's tied to your account. This is what I was trying to explain to y'all. About the ecosystem, everything is tied to the account. You get what I mean? You guys are stupid. The fact that y'all co-signing this is the reason why I'm going to stop supporting consoles.
Almost 10 years since the original Nintendo Switch came out, and even then the amount of their chat function. One of the big selling points about in that game, because me and my buddy were joking around, and a third party reported me. I am a bit concerned about, okay, what happens if that happens with other games? What happens if instead of my game getting banned, my console gets banned?
And you lose all your games.
That's the kind of stuff that does kind of stick in my brain. Now, why are they doing this? I honestly think it's that Nintendo is terrified of this system not being even half as big as the original Nintendo Switch.
I think it will still continue to be big, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's going to be as big as Switch 1, but I still think it's going to do well. If anything, all Nintendo had to do was copy the same philosophy. But no, Nintendo, you doubled down on every anti-consumer practice. I really do hope this fails. I really do. Because, but when you got people like Dreamcast guy buying it, I mean, it's kind of hard for that to happen. Player Essence and Nintendo Prime. This is what y'all do. Every time it has your favorite label on something, y'all support. I'm not supporting this. I'll try to see if my friend get tired of his and he wants to sell it to me. He's like, hey, man, I'll buy it used. Nintendo is not getting my money, bro. I'm not giving them my money, bro. Especially after what I'm hearing now is crazy. They're not getting it.
Already they're saying, oh, yeah, we're predicting our fiscal
crazy
start getting bricked. Every one of it, I feel like, is going to be a big story. Every person where, hey, I tried to do some sort of duplication thing. I passed my friend a virtual game card and we both went to airplane mode so we could both play it. Anything like that might actually trip up this auto ban DRM blockage system. I do think that every person who Switch 2 gets bricked is going to end up making headlines. I think there is going to be articles. If they're really enforcing this as strictly as Nintendo enforces a lot of their other stuff.
Well, they know. They know. Like I've showed you. You guys seen it. Like I said, man, I guess I got duplicates too. Well, I guess as of right now, you can't do that no more. I'm done, bro. I'm done with this crap, bro. This is absolutely pathetic, bro. Like, this is crazy to me, man. They only want you to have one system. They want everything to be they tether you to the platform. See, Steam is not like that. You can play Steam Deck. You can play it on the ROG Ally. You're not tethered. This is why with Microsoft's vision, I'm very supportive of it. You know what I mean? Even though what they're doing is anti-consumer as well, by raising the price of their games and everything. But like I said, man, this is a bad look for gaming, man. Y'all taking L's, bro. I'm sorry.
I do think there is a good chance that, honestly, we're going to start seeing a lot of systems basically self-destruct. And that would suck. But
well, that's why I turned mine offline. Like I told you, it's so funny because didn't I tell you guys to do that? Didn't I tell you guys that Nintendo was eventually going to crack down on it? And look at it. They made sure before the release of they even went as far with the Switch 1. So if you're still doing this on Switch 1, bro, you're done. Like, you know what I mean? You if you did your dirt and you got away, you're straight. But if you're trying to do it now, Nintendo's already implemented that system to make sure that they'll brick your consoles if that's what this is terrible, bro. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. This is sad, bro. They out here turning your Switches into paperweights. Y'all really thought you owned something. Y'all thought you owned these games, but it's okay. Because like I said, man, I made sure I kept mine offline. Take care, guys. Peace out.